good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Welcome back to my channel. So after my video about Miss Supranational, my kind of behind the scenes real opinion video, a lot of you wanted me to do a similar video but talking about my experience at Miss Universe. It's because I've done other videos that I talk about Miss Universe, I talk about my experience at Miss Universe. I talk quite a bit about it in my video called If I Were a Judge at Miss Universe 2016. I think that's what it's called. So some of this stuff is a little bit repetitive and I didn't want it to be too repetitive, so what I did is I posted on my Instagram stories for you guys to ask me questions about Miss Universe and what you wanted to know. So basically what I'm going to do is go through, answer those questions, and then add some tidbits here and there. First question, what have you learned from Miss Universe? One of the biggest things I've learned from my pageant career, my years in pageantry, is that you have to stay true to who you are, because when you try to emulate others, when you try to be like other beauty queens, other celebrities, other people in general, you're not gonna live a fulfilling life because you're always trying to be something that you're not. And so that's one of the biggest things I've learned from the pageant world, especially from Miss Universe, is to stay true to you and just show the world who you are. She's already 5 months old, which is so exciting but also so sad. Another thing that I forgot to talk about actually in my last couple of videos is we hit 50,000 subscribers. So thank you to all of you who subscribe and follow me. It's honestly such an honor because I went from like 0 subscribers to over 50,000 in like 6 months. So thank you guys for following. I'm just blown away. Next question is, I know that you develop friendships, but can the other girls get catty? Absolutely. Girls can always be catty. For sure, the overwhelming majority of girls are friends, they get along, but there are definitely some girls who disagree, who maybe aren't super nice to each other, but I honestly didn't have any like direct cattiness. I experienced more of that at Miss Universe Canada, to be honest with you, rather than at Miss Universe. It definitely happens. I heard of it happening amongst other girls, not necessarily with me. I just heard kind of rumors and stuff, and definitely cattiness happens for sure. Favorite food during Miss Universe? Well, you guys know that, well, some of you know, when I competed at Miss Universe, it was held in the Philippines, and I always talk about, so many people talk about the Philippine mangoes. There honestly is no better mango in the world than from the Philippines. Why do you think Miss Universe is the most sought after pageant of all the pageants? I would say overall Miss Universe has the best reputation. Miss Universe is the best run pageant. Miss Universe treats the girls the best, based on what I know. I only have experience at Miss Supranational and then Miss Universe in terms of international pageant experience and how they treat the girls. And let me tell you, if you watch my Miss Supranational experience video, I was really honest. In comparison to Miss Supranational and how they treated us, it was unbelievable. At Miss Supranational, for 80 or 90 girls, they had like 3 chaperones. At Miss Universe, there was 1 chaperone for every 2 girls. And it's not because we need someone to look after us and look over us, but it's if we have any questions, if we need anything, if we have a headache and we need Advil, basically anything that you need, any concerns that you have, if you know there's an emergency or something, you have a chaperone who's just there for you and 1 other girl, which is amazing. So my roommate, this was another commonly asked question, my roommate was Japan, which was really interesting because she didn't speak a lot of English and I don't speak Japanese, and so we really couldn't communicate that well, but it was actually really good. We got along super well. We were able to communicate however whenever we needed. It was never actually an issue, which is super interesting. How was the rejection / discrimination of not having the ideal weight? This was such, you know, a really interesting thing to experience. I don't even really want to talk too much about it because I talk so much about it in my video titled Did You Gain Weight on Purpose for Miss Universe? I think that's what it's called. Honestly, overall, it really didn't. It's so funny because when I was at the pageant, nobody really knew that was happening. Like, the other contestants didn't really know that was happening until all those news stories started coming out by Vogue, Time, Elle, Cosmo, CNN Philippines, Cosmo Philippines. Other girls started seeing that and they're like, what the hell is going on? We didn't know that this was happening. And so it's really funny because it was mostly online, like online bullies and online body shamers. Is the Miss Supranational organization similar with Miss Universe and how they treat the girls? I already kind of talked about this. No. Do you like sharing the runway with 2 other... Did you like sharing the runway with 2 other contestants during the pageant? No, I did not like that. I did not like how they did that. Not because I didn't want to share the stage with anyone else, but because I just felt like it didn't allow the focus to be on one girl at a time. I don't think they ever did it ever again, because so many people were like, what the hell? Can you handle the pressure on stage? Honestly, it's just so, I find being on stage so much fun that I don't really feel a lot of pressure. I feel a lot of excitement, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of pride, knowing I'm representing Canada and any woman who's ever felt like she wasn't good enough. I had so much pride and excitement that I didn't really feel pressure. What places did you visit in the Philippines during Miss Universe? I only got to go to Cebu, and then, oh, where else? The mountainous region. I got to see more of the Philippines like later on in 2017. And what's kind of funny is Philippines is known for its beaches. I went to the Philippines 3 times. I've been to the Philippines 3 times. Only on one of those trips did I step foot on a beach, and it was my 3rd and last time. During Miss Universe, and when I went there to help open the first Tim Hortons, I did not even put my toes in the sand in the Philippines, which is kind of funny. The next question actually ties in super well with this, and it says, what is basically like Instagram versus reality, or like, you know, what everyone sees versus the reality. I would say in the videos that we see on TV when they're showing Miss Universe, they show all the girls like running on the beach and like laying in the water and all this stuff. Maybe 6 girls did that. There were only maybe like 20 girls or something, I don't know, that went to Boracay. Only some girls would like film in the pool or something. Like they only select a few girls. And then this leads to another question: is there favoritism among the delegates? Absolutely, there's favoritism among the delegates. And you know what? I get it to a certain degree, and part of it is because, say if there's a sponsor that is a Filipino sponsor, for sure they want Miss Philippines as part of like the promo video or the promo photo shoot or whatever it is. For sure there's favoritism. Some of it has to do with sponsors, some of it has to do with popular pageant countries. Like everyone knows that Venezuela, Colombia, Philippines, Thailand, all those big pageant countries want to see their girls in the spotlight, so for sure there's like a level of favoritism. Did you bring the swimsuit home that you wore during the pageant? Yes, I did. I will try to find it. It's somewhere here, but I do have it. I don't think I ever wore it again, but I do have it. Schedule. What time did everyone have to be up by, and what time did you hit snooze? This was for sure the most exhausting experience of my life, Miss Universe. I really believe it helped prepare me to have a baby. I'm not even kidding you, because the level of exhaustion I felt during that pageant was unlike any other exhaustion I've ever felt. The only other time I felt that exhausted, honestly, was like the week after I had her, because I didn't sleep when I was in labor. I didn't sleep the night she was born, and then you basically don't sleep for the next like few days at least. What's going on? Is she crying? Like, yeah, you know, if you're a parent, you know. The only other time I've felt like the exhaustion that I did at Miss Universe was after having her. So that tells you how exhausting it was. Sometimes we slept for like 45 minutes. Not even joking you, sometimes 4 hours if we were lucky. We would go to bed sometimes at midnight, have to be up at 3:34. And the thing is you don't just get up and roll out of bed and head to the event. You have to do hair, makeup, outfits. Sometimes you have to get multiple outfits for the day, because you might start with a breakfast, then have some sort of lunch event, then there might be rehearsal, then there's a gala event. You have to have all this stuff with you, so it's exhausting, it's crazy. And you start to see as the days go on, the weeks go on, which girls can actually handle it and which girls crumble under the pressure. It was the hardest thing physically and mentally about being Miss Universe Canada. I don't really know physically like what I could say, but mentally just like staying true to myself. That was the hardest thing. What kind of financial support did you receive? None. $0. And that also kind of leads to a different question that asks about my outfits. Someone said, are your outfits expensive, or did they have to be name brand? No, it doesn't matter what your outfits are, where they're from. But honestly, looking back, like I think I have a way better fashion sense now, and I'm more fashionable now. But I don't have a lot of money or anything like that, but like I feel like I can afford a little bit more now. When I was Miss Universe Canada and when I went to Miss Universe, I literally had no money. Like I was in the middle of law school, I wasn't working, I wasn't really making any money from my social media. So I honestly had like probably negative dollars in my bank account. I still have student debt, but had like no money to spend for outfits, and my organization didn't really provide outfits until like the last minute, so I didn't really have a choice. Literally, I got suitcases sent to me and it was like, here you go. Like there were no fittings Anyways, that's a whole other thing. Did you have to wear uncomfortable shoes? Yes, you have to wear uncomfortable shoes in a pageant. Oh my gosh, those freaking Chinese laundry shoes, I never want to see those shoes again. Do you think pageants come with more negativity or positivity? I think it depends, like anything, and it also depends how you look at it. My experience could have been super negative for many girls, but I decided to turn it into something positive. I decided to respond to it the best that I could with positivity, the whole body shaming thing. I could have thought, oh my god, this is the worst experience of my life. People are bullying me from around the world, like this is terrible. And I decided to turn it into something and look at it positively and think, how can I maybe impact the lives of other women around the world who have ever felt this way, who have ever felt not good enough? How did you feel the moment you arrived in the Philippines, and how were the accommodations? I knew it was gonna be like crazy. I did not believe it would be to the extent that it was, and the accommodations were amazing. We stayed at Conrad Hotel Conrad, when we were in Manila, and then I forget the names of everywhere else, but everywhere was amazing. The treatment that we had was just so nice and hospitable, amazing food. I love the Philippines. I want to go back sometime with this little one. If you could do it all again, would you? Absolutely. Did you predict Iris was going to win? In my video talking about the pageant, I definitely thought she was the one to beat and that she was probably gonna win. And then as the pageant got closer, as the pageant went on, like top 13, top 9, I just had a feeling she was gonna win. What were the rehearsals like? The rehearsals were long, they were exhausting, but they were so much fun. It was so cool to rehearse on that stage and think that like in a couple of days this was going to be the stage that millions of people around the world were gonna watch us walk on. There were so many other questions, but I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna say overall Miss Universe was such an amazing experience. We were treated so well. I love the Philippines. I will forever be grateful that we got to experience it in the Philippines. I went back to the Philippines twice after that, once to help open Tim Hortons, and then also on a trip with Philippines tourism, like promoting Philippines tourism with Brennan. I think that's pretty much it. She's so grouchy, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But overall, my honest opinion is that I love the experience that I had at Miss Universe. I think it's the best pageant in the world. Of course, it has its downfalls. There's definitely behind the scenes things that you don't see that you know are not exactly fair sometimes. But overall, it was the best pageant experience I've ever had. I would totally do it all over again. For all those who are competing in Miss Universe one day, best of luck, enjoy every moment. Even just having that opportunity to walk across the stage wearing your country's name across your chest is truly unlike anything else you could ever experience in your life. I guess that's it for now. We will see. Maybe I'll do a second video to this because I feel like I didn't really answer a lot. I don't want it to be too long. I don't like it when my videos are too long. If you guys want to see more from me and Lily, because she manages to make a lot of appearances, please hit that subscribe and I think the bell to be notified when my new videos come out, right? Is that right? And I'll see you guys next time.